Nadroga, a football club from Fiji. It is an indestructible club, a club that has survived 2 relegations without getting relegated. I will explain. So, basically, they entered the Fiji Premier League most recently in 2021, when they won the division below and automatically got promoted to the Premier League. And that season, they did not do so well. Their first season in the Premier League, the 2021 Fiji Premier League season, was not really graceful, because they had finished dead last with only 9 points collected throughout the 14 games played. The club above them, Navua, had also had 9 points, but they beat Nadroga by goal difference of 1. So Nadroga was to be relegated in the 2021 season. They were dead last, and the last place is automatic relegation. Except that same year, it was decided that the Fiji Premier League would be extended to a whopping 2 more clubs. And how would they decide on going with this extended list of clubs that played in the Premier League? Well, they would keep all 8 clubs from the previous season still in the league, and the 2 clubs that were the top 2 clubs from the previous division would be promoted to the newly formed, not newly formed, but redesigned Premier League. So Nadroga, which finished dead last and should have been relegated, by all means, they still stayed up. They stayed in the Premier League. And the new Premier League now had 2 relegation spots instead of 1, to compensate for the 2 newly added clubs, right? And now, in the middle of this season, or near the end, it had been decided that actually 2 clubs being relegated might be a bit too much. So, the Tailevu Nitasiri, sorry for mispronouncing that, but yeah, that was the club that finished in 9th place. So they were to be relegated, except that after this redesigning, they did not get relegated. So they stayed in the Premier League. And now, Nadroga, the next season, finished on that same place, on 9th place, which is now the second time they finished at the end of the league, the spot that was supposed to be a relegation spot, but was later decided to not be a relegation spot. So Nadroga technically survived 2 times in the relegation spot without getting relegated, which is mind-blowing, yeah. As soon as I learned about this club, I had to make a video on it, and this year they're actually doing quite well. They finished last year with 13 points in 18 matches. Now they currently stand at the 6th place with 11 points, with a whopping 10 matches to go. So yeah, it is safe to assume that Nadroga will probably have its best season yet, unless they really flop. But considering the Suva FA, the currently dead last club, I don't think that Nadroga will be in any danger of relegation, especially because Suva, which I also made a video on, are having their worst season ever. And yeah, so Nadroga is a really interesting club, not because of its name and its translation on my language, literally meaning on drugs, and it has a fucking horse on its emblem, and the translation of the name is on drugs with a fucking horse, like Bojack. It's not only interesting because of that, but also because it is, to my knowledge, like the only club that has been in a relegation spot for 2 seasons without getting relegated at the end of that same season. So yeah, pretty interesting story. And yeah, making these kind of videos is really fun. Yeah, and I'll probably make some more obscure videos on some more weird clubs from weird countries that I for some reason follow. Bye.